realize it couldn't possibly get any worse.
My original intention was to strike a good balance between good and bad choices for this level because some of the bad choices are interesting, but I just pussy out and go all red. So look forward to that.
Why is it always Harlem? Can't they destroy the Upper East Side for once?
Sweet Christmas.
Sweet Christmas! See, now that's a good catchphrase right there.
Spider-Man.
I know what you're thinking. Could he really be that good looking in person? Well, the answer is yes.
I don't exactly know what's going on with Luke Cage's character model, but I'm absolutely positive that is not normal. Now, Luke Cage also appeared in the actual Web of Shadows game. He was one of the first guys you meet, in fact, and he gives you the earliest missions and acts as a tutorial. Right now he's telling us that there are weird creatures all over the city that seem to be coming out of trains. Now, I don't know about the whole train thing, but weird creatures sounds a lot like that thing we saw back in the lab in AIM headquarters. I'm a little confused, Mr. Cage. If you knew where the Tinkerer was this whole time, why didn't you, like, bust down his door and beat him up? Or is that not a thing you're allowed to do? Was he being a law-abiding citizen at the time? Because then maybe that would be bad. For anyone not intimately familiar with Luke Cage, which I couldn't exactly blame you, he has super hard skin, unbreakable skin. He's basically made of steel, like the comic book kind of steel. Not those various kinds of steel that exist in reality, just the strong kind. I think Spidey mentions this directly if you make one of the bad choices, and he makes little jabs at it, but he doesn't mention it directly otherwise. God, I'm so sorry about your character model, Luke Cage. I'm so sorry. Before we can leave this area, we have to kill a whole bunch of thugs that appeared out of nowhere. It's a shame Luke wasn't here to help us with these guys before they popped up, like 3 seconds after he left. They bear some resemblance to gangsters from the actual Web of Shadows game, but not very much. We can actually use Black Spidey's dash to to dash right through enemy bullets. Just take them head first without getting any damage done. We could have gone straight forward, but over here is a power-up that I really want. Got it the first try, which is unusual. In spite of what it may seem, you do actually have to swing from objects in this game. You can't just swing on nothing. So here's where some of the most interesting bad choices in the level come from. This fellow is selling newspapers. In fact, it's the newspaper with that article the guy wrote at the beginning of the game about us. And this guy is blind. And you can be a real super asshole to this guy, make fun of him for being blind, and you can even steal from him, which gets you a whole 100 black reputation. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. We're gonna get wrecked now, though. These symbiote creatures that Cage was talking about are the hardest enemies in the game so far. They take a lot of hits, and they attack very fast, and they can knock us right out of the air. So platforming around them is pretty difficult as well. To make matters worse, they infinitely respawn. And after you kill one that's already respawned, well, you don't get any experience from it, so you can't farm or anything. The best option in this situation is just to run. Just to evade them as best you can. I mean, you could stand here for like 10 minutes fighting the infinitely respawning symbiotes like an idiot, like I did the first time I played the game. But I'm letting you know that is not the thing you want to do. That is the opposite of good idea. God damn, that is a lot of graffiti in the background, Jesus. Granted, I've never been to Harlem or to any big city, really. Can someone confirm that the walls are absolutely covered with graffiti like that? Oh yeah, in between levels, we bought an upgrade that allows us to get back more health when we pick up power-ups, which is very useful. They're a little bit hidden away in the upgrades menu, but you definitely need to find them because they're very important. They stop you from dying. Oh, holy shit, that wall is super on fire. What is this man doing standing there? What is anyone doing anywhere? Don't run toward it. Well, that man headed towards certain doom, but hopefully we can stop anyone else from nonchalantly walking toward their certain doom. We need to web the supports on the water tower to make it fall over. The problem is that there's a train that runs by right underneath the water tower, so if we stand there for too long, we're going to get run over and die. Again, this low kick is Spider-Man's version of crowd control. It's pretty useful, especially in this level where, oh my god, we're getting ganged the fuck up on. This level could be very frustrating if you don't realize very quickly that you need to run away from the symbiotes instead of trying to fight all of them. I like this lamppost right here, where, what is that? Is that a lamppost? It doesn't matter, it's useful because it allows us to hide from the train and still see it pass underneath us so we know when it's safe. At first I wasn't sure how our webbing could possibly get rid of the supports on the water tower, but they did say the supports were very weak, so maybe we're yanking the supports out. You know, I thought Harlem was a pretty long level. Turns out it's not at all, and most of it is cutscenes. I guess it would be a lot longer if, like I said, you tried to stick around and fight all the symbiotes, which you can't because they spawn infinitely. There's not a lot of hidden things in this level either, honestly. Anyway, in order to get through this room, we need to wait for the door on the other side to open. For some reason, there's a door on the other side of this tunnel that only opens when a train is coming. I don't know if that happens in real life, but if so, that's really stupid. Anyway, when the door opens, because it senses a train magically, we need to pass through it. We can't do that before.